Hello, everyone. So I am back with you tonight. I just finished up some late night interviews and just wanted to come in and share some insights with you and just take us through a little process. So, what is one of the greatest fears that you have as a parent? I would love for you guys to comment on that first and foremost. What is the greatest fear you have as a parent? Um, I know for me, my greatest fear as a parent, I'm raising my hand to that one and answering that one, is that I don't prepare my son enough for the future. That's my greatest fear, that I don't give him the support that he needs to thrive. And so for me, when I started this journey, I thought of myself a lot as a young person and all of the things all the support that I didn't have. Tremendously grateful. I'm always living in gratitude for all of the support I did have. But I think of all of the things that I didn't have. And I wanted to make sure that I created a program that offered children across the globe the opportunity to have those things that I didn't have, and also even things that we need today that not every child has. Because I know that when we give children hope and we provide them with direction and support, we afford them a tremendous opportunity to truly be their authentic selves and also live life at its fullest. And so that's my greatest fear, and I wanted to make sure I absolved everyone of that worry. So I'm not sure if, as a parent, that's what your greatest fear is, but I know for me, that's where I'm at. And so, in doing so, I wanted to ensure that we were always inspiring our young people to their greatness. How are you doing that for your children? What is it that you do on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, however you do it, that helps keep your children on track to being and showing up as their best selves all the time? What are your tips? What are your tricks? Put them, and I call them tricks because for some of us, it's like, oh my goodness, that sounds like a whole entire scenario. Please put that in the comments because we all want to know. Sharing is caring when it comes to parenting. So share, share, share. So for me, I wanted to make sure that when we show up for the children, that we do the work for some of the parents who just don't have the time or don't have the capacity, whatever it is. We don't need to know the whys. We just need to know that we're there to do the how part for them, right? And so that's why we created Novo Kiddo, to be of support to young people. And so I wanted to come in today and talk about that, talk about some of the things that we do to inspire young people. I know I've mentioned to you all about our life map. If you haven't done our videos, you're going to hear about it today. It's about helping our young people reverse engineer their future. And of course, it's not written in stone, but it gives them the opportunity to see what they think their life would be like in the future, actually pique their interests with various opportunities, have them thinking outside of the box. Because a lot of times our frame of reference as a young person is very, very limited. I mean, frame of reference as an adult can be somewhat limited sometimes because we don't have time to research all of the things and opportunities that are out there. But what we do is we do a lot of that work for the children so that we can offer them an opportunity to see how big, broad, wide, and amazing this world and universe is. It's a world, and I say universe because you never know if we have astronauts out here and physicists, quantum physicists. And so it's really, really important for me to share that. And I'm going to tell you a quick story as to why. I remember when I was a little girl, I loved to dance. Anybody in my family would tell you I loved to dance. And my mom did not send me to dance school. She didn't believe in it. That's just plain and simple. It wasn't like her and my dad would have figured it out. But one, how was I going to get there? My dad did not live nearby, and he was the one who drove. My mother still does not drive a car. I'm just speaking truths here. And so I was not going to be able to get to wherever I needed to go. And so that I was not going to get the support that I needed. So it was kind of like, that's a pipe dream, get over it. Then there was a time when I really, really, really wanted to, like perform, not just dance, but actually perform in acting. And I remember my mother telling me that I would be starving and poor. So I needed to give up that dream as well. And so I think about the things that I thought about as a young person that really appealed to me that my parents didn't support. And also, I used to get into beauty pageants because somehow I thought that they were going to all tie in, but that's just a story for a different day. But the bottom line is I never got the opportunity to follow that creative path for myself because it was something that my parents felt like, you are going to starve to death. You've got to give this idea up. And it didn't make sense to them, especially my mom, just being honest. And so for me, I never want a child to have to feel like that as long as they have exposure to us or to some resource to help them see another way, right? I want to be able to share that message with as many children across the globe because as you will see with some of the speakers that we have on our summit, should you decide to sign up, it's free, boundlesskiddosummit.com. But to afford young people the opportunity to see people who come from all different walks of life, right? But they had a dream or a vision for themselves and they actualized it. Wasn't easy, wasn't a straight path, but they did it. They showed up every day for themselves and lived out their dreams and passions, even if it meant going against the grain, even if it meant that they weren't being good listeners to their parents with regards to saying, this is my passion and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, dig my heels in and put in the work. Never encouraging children to just be like, I don't know. I don't want to call it disobedient, but it's kind of like, this is my dream. You know what I mean? But don't be disobedient to your parents' children, but just have a conversation with them. But so if we're talking about inspiring our children to greatness, are we not supposed to support them in their dreams and encouraging them? And so for me, it's like my greatest fear would be me not showing up for my son and encouraging him and supporting him. I mean, quite frankly, that's why I love coding, because I get to talk to him and share with him about his passion. He loves creating games and he's got this technical engineering mind. And as a homeschooling mom, in order to show up for him, I needed to up my ante because that's my commitment to him. And I'm not saying that has to be everybody else's commitment, but that's my commitment to him. And as a result of that being my commitment to him, it became the driving force for me to be that support system for other parents across the globe. Because I wanted to show up for other children so that my son could have a lot of cool friends around the world doing amazing things for our future. And so there's my passion for our kids. So I want to be able to share that with you, other parents, about that spark that lights up your children and how you show up for them. How are you inspiring them? What are you doing to encourage them? Are you supporting their dreams by allowing them to go to that dance class? Or are you taking them to an acting program? Or are you, because they love soccer, showing up for every soccer practice? Are you teaching them piano? Are you giving them that coding class? Are you taking them to knitting or badminton or tennis or whatever it is to help them hone their skills, fine tune their sharpness, encourage them to be confident and support their persistence and showing them what it means to have grit? What are you doing? I would love to know. I want this to continuously be an open dialogue, because with having our dialogue open, we reach your children, my child, all the children together, and we work as a collaborative collective to help foster a tremendously successful next few generations. So I just came in today to talk about that. I think you all know how passionate I am about inspiring the next generations and encouraging you to be a part of my boundless army to ensure that our young people understand what it means to be, to have boundless possibilities and to live their limitless potential. And so, with that, I will tell you I'm going to tune in again tomorrow. I'm so tremendously grateful for all of you for showing up, for listening in, for commenting, for signing up for the Boundless Kiddo Summit at boundlesskiddosummit.com. Encouraging your children to get excited about coding in the blockchain and financial literacy, or helping them just build confidence. And map out a plan, even if it's a mini plan, even if you have a 5-year-old, they have plans too. They'll tell you. I bet they've got some amazing plans. So I just want to thank you so much for your continued support of Boundless Kiddo Summit and Novo Kiddo, and ensure that you are helping your children work on reaching their greatest, inspiring their greatness, and helping encourage them, because it's a beautiful thing. And I know you see the joy in their face when they feel so proud of who they are and being recognized for that. So thank you, and I will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.